Hey there, this video will be covering all aspects on layers on Protopie. We will also see how to put a system status bar on our scenes and giving it the right feel. Okay folks, there was a reason why I didn't put a system status bar on my ad bots on Adobe XD. The reason is because I can also add a system status bar over at the properties edit panel right here on Protopie. So we'll click anywhere outside our scene, go over to the properties edit panel, click on system status bar as you can see right here. And at the moment the content shows black and I can change it to white, which is the appropriate color for the scene. I'm going to go over to my second scene, which is onboarding, and I'm going to change the system status bar right to the appropriate color. Okay, it's on black, which is the appropriate and perfect color for the scene. I'm just going to do the same to all the rest scene, and I want you to do the same, and I will do that in a jiffy. That's it, we are through putting our system status bar on all scenes with their appropriate color. Let us create another scene so that we can use as our explanation scene, and I'm going to call it explanation scene. Right here I created another scene, call it explanation scene. Okay, we are now on our explanation scene and I'm going to change the scene screen size to maybe an Android screen size. So you can see it can easily be changed. I'm going to select Android, select Galaxy X7, click on OK. So we are now on explanation scene, Galaxy X7 screen size. Just like other design tools, we can also insert various layers into our scenes on Protopie. These layers can be modified on the properties panel right here. There's the image layer at the top where you have an option to select an image. It can select a JPEG, a PNG, or a GIF file. I'm going to select this image right here and open it. As you can see, on inserting the image, it inserted on the origin of our scene, which is at the top left over here. There's the video layer, audio, camera, and Lottie layer right at the media panel here. I'm going to import them one after the other and show you how they work. We now have an image, a video, an audio, a camera, and a Lottie file right on our explanation scene. And they do not work right on their own except being triggered. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. In this case, I will be using a start trigger and give it a response to our media layers right over here. So I'm going to come over to my interaction panel, add trigger. I'm going to select start and I'm going to select start after jump. And I'm going to come over to our video layer, tap on it, give it a response of playback. And maybe I'm just going to select loop. I'm going to come right over to our audio layer, tap on the same playback response, give it a loop if I want a loop. And I'm going to come over to our Lottie file, tap on response of playback and give it another loop. Let's check our preview and we can see how they work. So on the start, you can see the Lottie file down right here and our camera layer is right over here and our video layer is right over here playing. And I'm going to cancel this preview right now. I'm going to get rid of all of them, Ctrl A and delete. On the shape panel, we have the rectangle layer, oval, and iOS background blur layer. Let me start by inserting the rectangle layer. And as you can see, they all start at the origin. And we can change the properties on the properties edit panel. We can give it a radius and we can also change the color. I'm going to add this color right over here and I'm going to get rid of these stats because I don't need it. I'm going to scale this a little bit down right here. And I'm going to add from shape an iOS background blur. An iOS background blur adds a beautiful iOS blur to your scene. And we can also insert text layer from right at the top over here and text. We can play with its properties. You can mess around with that. And I'm quickly going to insert an input layer also. Input layer are useful for putting some keyboard inputs. You can come over here and mess with its properties. We can put a placeholder and you can make that anything you like. We can also change the keyboard options from text to URL to email or number or text password or number password. Right at the preview, we can see it over here. Once we click on tutorial, you have the option to input what you want. And we can also put an SVG code from other design or paste it right from our file explorer, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Going to my file explorer, I have the option to insert an SVG code. I get an SVG code right here called clock spinner. I'm going to drag that and drop it right on my scene, and this is the SVG code. You can also convert to shape, and from that you can mess with the settings of the SVG code, or rather the colors or whatever. Okay, there's also a container layer in which you will see in the next video, and that's just all about this video. All right, let's jump into the next video.